Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Sports Chat podcast. I am Salt.
And I'm Andy, and welcome back.
Hello. Today we're gonna be doing Week 3 power rankings of the
hmm
NFL. We made some changes over the last few seasons. What? Last few
Seasons. Editor
of
Salt.
yeah, over the last few last week, and we have adjusted some of our rankings, lowered some teams, raised some teams by a lot, by a little. Yeah. We're just gonna get right into it.
I'll
By
start us
starting,
off.
yeah, Andy will start us off, and we'll go in alternate order as once more like last week. Me and Andy have both agreed on these power rankings, and these power rankings can change over the variation of the weeks. Andy, you may start us
hmm
off.
All right, so we got Carolina to start us off at 32.
Brill. Oh,
Again, they suck.
I
They,
don't know what else to say. They
right,
suck.
yeah.
They suck. It's but about here's the thing about Carolina though. Carolina, they just benched Bryce Young today. And it's just sad to see that they basically threw their franchise away, all for this quarterback who may turn out to be a bust. And
Yeah.
it's so sad. And now Andy Dalton is planning on starting next week. Let's see
Which
if
might
he,
not be better.
yeah, which we don't know because he's also kind of washed. So yeah. Number 31, we got the Giants. The Giants scored 3 touchdowns and didn't let up any touchdowns in the game against the
And they
Commanders
still
and
lost.
still lost. That is how that it just shows you how bad their defense is. Like,
And it shows you how important their kicker is.
yeah, I know, right? Like, I mean, props to the Commanders kicking squad, but like, woof. Like, that is that is a big old yikes moment right there.
If someone had Austin Seibert on their fantasy team, you found the rough diamond in the rough.
Yep. Mhm.
That's 20. How like I think it could be like more closer to 30 fantasy points for him because of
Wow.
what he did. It's crazy.
Mm,
All right, next we got the Tennessee Titans.
mm.
So I have nothing else to say. They blew in their lead.
They did, yeah.
Well,
This
they did blew in their lead, but they turned the ball over when they had a chance to score. And yeah, they blew it
yeah.
again. They
Mm,
suck.
yeah. Um yeah, I don't think they're worse than the Giants because they didn't let up they didn't like yeah, they on paper technically the Titans are worse than the Giants, but the Giants
No,
still
on paper they're better than the
on
Giants. What do you
paper they're
mean?
better. Yeah, no, on paper they're better than the Giants. But at the same time, they're worse than the Giants. However, they're still better. It's weird. For now, they are. If they lose one more game, like in that fashion, they're. Ooh. All right, number
All
29, we
right.
have Denver, which I don't know what is Bo Nix. Is Bo Nix their guy? It's too
I
early
mean,
to
he's just a
say.
rookie. He's
He's
fine. He'll be fine.
yeah. The
Even with all the receivers that he has, well, even if all of the weapons Bo Nix has, the Broncos still suck.
they did, yeah. Um, and if they don't do well this year, then all right. Next up, we have the
The
Raiders.
Raiders. All right. What our reason for having the Raiders here? It's simple. Even though they won, they it was not an impressive win. It was more
No.
of a Baltimore implosion than a Raiders win.
Yeah, what the hell was Baltimore doing on the last play of the game?
Yeah, but still, it
Like,
was more of a
no,
Baltimore.
it
It
was
was
definitely a
more of a
Baltimore show.
Baltimore loss. It
hmm
was more of a Baltimore loss than a Raiders win.
Now, if this was like a statement, like if the Raiders actually played well, they're going up. However, Baltimore, the O line, we'll talk about more about Baltimore when we get to them.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have the Bears, who have fallen since the last power rankings. The Bears, we watched them on Sunday Night Football. Their O-line is hot ass. Caleb
Yeah.
Williams did not play.
Or,
He played
yeah.
better. Played better, but
But
not
he threw 2 interceptions.
great. Yeah. Um.
Like the Bears are a little bit struggling on offense and defense right now. Well, the Bears are struggling a little bit. It
Yep.
even though we ranked them higher last week, but the loss they took,
Mm,
was not that good of a loss.
no.
They they didn't play well.
No.
Caleb
Right.
2 interceptions. Like that's the Bears are not good right now.
Yep. All right.
So that's why we dropped them.
Next up, we got New England, who lost in the only overtime of this week. Low they the Patriots, yeah, they lost. However, they lost in fashionable fashion. Like, I mean, they're not the worst team in the league, and if they can compete on this level, if they can maybe squeak out a win against the Jets next week, they may rise. Like, there's
Yeah,
potential in this team. However, they're still trying to rebuild.
they don't have a quarterback. Like if they
Yeah,
get great quarterback play, they could be dark horses for a wild card
yeah,
spot.
exactly. Oh shit. All right, all
All
right.
right, next we have Washington.
Ooh, Washington. Mm-mm-mm. Washington is mid. Jane Daniels is fine.
Yeah, they won last week,
Yeah,
but
it was against the Giants, so
yeah.
they only scored field goals. There was no touchdowns. Um, yeah, they're not there. All right,
All right.
next up, Indianapolis.
All right.
Indianapolis.
So the Colts lost 2 close games, and I don't think we could justify them being like in the top 20 right now.
Mm-mm, no. Mm-mm.
Like their offense is a hot ass right now.
Yep. The Colts. The Colts, yeah, they lost that close one to the Packers, but like their offense was just not clicking during the Packers game. So I don't know what
Like
happened between those two
the
games,
Colts are
but
inconsistent. Like they had a
yeah,
great offensive performance against the
yeah,
Texans, and then good, they had a decent defensive performance against the Packers.
mhm.
They lost both. So
Yeah. So what the hell's going on in Indianapolis? Um,
a better question is what the hell is going on in Jacksonville?
yeah,
Because that's who's
speaking
next.
yeah, speaking of Jacksonville, yeah, Jacksonville, they're now 0-2. Like, they went from winning a playoff game to missing the playoffs because they choked the division away, and now they just suck. So
Yeah.
are they just the Titans, just recloaked? Like what is happening in Jacksonville? Trevor Lawrence is not looking that good. Like, what is happening? Like, genuinely, there's nothing. It's like, yeah, sure, there's players pop out here and there, but they're just bleh, and they're just ugh. We just don't know what's happening in Jacksonville. Um,
All
the
right. Next we have the
we
Rams.
have
Oh,
the
sorry, that was
Rams.
you.
Yeah, the Rams. Listen, while Jacksonville may have controlled the destiny, the Rams are just losing their pieces because of injuries, and
Yeah. Like
it's
they
awful.
have like insane amount of people on the injured reserve and on the injury report. Like it's bad.
Yeah, they can lose Cooper Cup. They already lost Puka to IR. Like, they don't have
Half
the
half their O line
yeah.
is on IR. Their O line depth and everything is on IR.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford gets hurt next week. No, hopefully that doesn't happen. However, like, their O line is what then was bad. Now there's a bunch of backups in there, so it's looking like a rough season for Rams fans.
Yeah.
But however, the people who whooped the Rams' ass last week, the Cardinals, are our first positive game of the power
Mhm.
rankings, moving up by 6 from last week. Andy can explain more about the Cardinals.
They looked very good last week. Marvin Harrison Jr. Holy shit,
Yeah.
dude put up a stat line that was in the first half that was only over only done by one other person. And can you guess who it was?
Who?
His father, Marvin Harrison, the Hall of Famer.
That insane, dude. Insane. Wow.
And and guess who Marvin Harrison Sr. had as a quarterback? His quarterback his entire career.
Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Like father, like son. Like
Well, Kyler is not Peyton Manning. Not even
no. Fuck no.
close.
No. No. No.
Kyler needs, even though
No.
Kyler is good, like he hasn't been that good since the 21 season,
Yeah.
and we saw him decline during the 21 season. Obviously, he tore his ACL in 22 and was still recovering in 23, so he didn't play. This is the first time he's healthy for the first 2 weeks since that 21 season where Arizona started 8-0, well 7-0. But the funny thing is, the guess who the funny thing is, the other teams that were good back then were Packers.
Yeah.
The and and the funny thing is, the guess who was the guy that picked off Kyler in the end zone in that last loss, in their
Who?
first loss that year?
Who?
Rasul Douglas, who's
Yeah.
now on the Bills.
All right.
All right, but
Next
anyway, the
up.
Cardinals are good.
Next,
They should be
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Kyler Murray just needs. Watch, he's gonna have his he's gonna fall off in October when the new Call of Duty game comes out, and he's gonna be procrastinating his workouts. Next up, we have the L.A. Chargers, the other no, yeah, the other L.A. team, that was not shitty. The the Chargers, they're like John Harbaugh. Not yeah. No.
Jim,
Jim. I don't know why I'm confused. Damn it, Miss Harbaugh. Why did you name both of your sons Jays? Like why? Anyways, Jim Harbaugh. Wow. He is reforming this team from the ground up. Had um
I remember we
the
made fun of the
the
Chargers for taking an O lineman over
yeah.
Malik
Uh,
Neighbors. Joe
no.
Alt, Joe
Uh-uh.
Alt out there. Holy shit, that man is incredible so far. With
Yeah.
Rashawn Slater, with all like that O line is pretty solid.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins is reviving his career. Uh, like it's like that
Um,
run game is that
the
run
run
game.
game's amazing.
Jim Harbaugh's run game is actually very
Yeah,
good right now.
yeah.
So
Yeah, Quentin Johnson had 2 touchdowns last
to be
week.
fair, it's against the damn Panthers. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
what?
true, but like a win's a win. I mean, like,
Yeah, a win's a win. A win it
but
is
here's the
a
thing:
win.
if you're having a close game against the Panthers, you're doing something wrong. If you're having a blowout
Yeah.
game against the Panthers, you're doing something right. That's how I see it.
If you lose to the Panthers, then
Then disband your
go to the
franchise.
UFL. Go to the UFL.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks won in overtime against the Patriots. Should have gone into overtime, mm, but
Mm,
mm, but the Seahawks had done. They're now 2-0 at the top of the NFC West, which I think that's
the
pretty
reason
cool.
why we kept them at nine, the reason why we kept them at 19, they have been close games. Those 2 wins have been against 2 mid or shitty teams. So
Yeah, yeah. So I
should
can't
have
really.
been 2 games that should have been easy wins. They made them close. It was close. So
Yeah. So
who
you
knows what
really,
happens when they actually start playing like the Niners and the Lions
yep,
and
yep.
the probably maybe the Rams. Like it's gonna
Gonna be
you
hard.
uh, yeah
Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins. First off, prayers for Tua. He
yeah
already spoke saying he is not planning on retiring. But
yeah.
we don't know.
But he's probably gonna be on IR.
Yeah, he
Like
may.
this can
Yeah.
he takes a while for to like it took him a while to get over his concussions in 22.
Yep.
So he might land on IR. That's why the Dolphins have been quarterback shopping. But even though Tua is on IR, it doesn't excuse how badly the Dolphins played on Thursday Night Football last
Skylar
week.
Thompson is ass. Like that's not that's like
No,
that's like
even with
saying,
Tua, the Dolphins were ass. Like
well, yeah,
their only
yeah,
touchdown came in the first quarter by Devon Achane.
yep,
He's probably like like you have three good speedsters. You have Waddle. You have Tyreek. You have Achan. You still have Mostert. You
yeah,
how do you struggle on offense with like the fastest three guys in the league? Like
yeah, no, right. That so I mean, Tua even before his concussion, he was mid as all hell.
yeah, he
Um,
had like 3 picks, including a pick six.
exactly.
Uh,
Like
he
like
he was
like
getting bear hugged by the Bills D line as well. Like
yeah, yeah. I'm like
Miami has some problems that
maybe
they
it's
need to
just the
sort
Bills'
out.
defense. Maybe it's just the Bills' defense. But
Yeah.
until I get
Miami
playing next
has
week,
some yeah, they have some
eh,
problems they need to sort out,
yep,
like, and fast.
yes. Next up is Cleveland getting the dub against the Jaguars. The
Washington still sucks,
yeah,
to be honest, but this one
yeah,
was mostly on their defense. Like, all their wins are basically on it's Myles Garrett,
yep,
Denzel Ward, like,
yep,
it's their defense that's
yep,
been
yep.
propelling
And
them.
like we said last week, yeah, you can have a good defense, but if you have a shitty offense, you ain't going to score any points. So it's
But
I don't know how that's
luckily for
gonna.
the Browns, they faced the Jags, who had
Yep.
a worse offense than the Washington Red Browns somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Atlanta having a miracle drive in the late quarter, fourth quarter against the Eagles on Monday Night Football. That game, I didn't watch it because it looked boring. I didn't want to watch that game. I just didn't. The
But the Falcons, a
Falcons,
drop by
like,
Saquon gave them hope.
yeah,
And when Hurts threw the final pick, yeah, it was over.
it's over. So Kirk went down the field and scored. That's what we need from the Falcons.
And that's what
They
the
have the
Falcons
talent.
wanted when they signed him. That's what the
Yeah,
Falcons wanted when they signed
yeah,
them.
they have talent. They just need to utilize that talent. Speaking of
Yes.
the team who I thought had talent, which they do, the Jets. Next up is the Jets at number 15. Um, the Jets. I don't know what to think about them. They looked decently well.
Yeah. But Aaron Rodgers is not looking like 2021,
mm,
2021 Aaron Rodgers. He's
uh-uh.
looking like 2022 Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying he's washed yet,
He's not
but
washed, but he's looking like everyone was saying like, "Oh, it's going to be MVP Rodgers," and like, but Rodgers right now is playing closer to his 2022 season
yeah,
than his back-to-back MVP seasons.
yeah,
So
yeah. I just yeah. Rodgers is looking. Yeah. Everyone else is doing fine. They're doing fine.
yeah.
It's fine. All right, number 14. We have the Vikings. Somehow 2-0. Somehow they're 2-0.
Oh,
How are they
that
2-0?
I mean, to be fair, the Vikings do own the Niners.
They do. They do.
Like the Niners have
They do.
I like how many times have the Vikings beat the Niners in the last 10 years in Minnesota? Like I've
It's like
heard like a
7.
crazy stat that
It's like
like
7, something like that.
like it's some crazy stat, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
like
know what.
Brian Force's defense last year, Brian Force had to play. The Niners couldn't beat the same game plan that Brian Force threw out them last year. So
Yep.
Brian Force is making that defense look good. Sam Darnold is doing enough to not throw his game. He almost threw the win away, but he's doing just enough for them to not lose. So
And then the next one. Woof. Number 13,
we
the
have the Saints.
Saints. What is
Holy smokes!
happening with the Saints?
What is going on?
Wait, who's
Like,
they brought in their new OC and then everything just changed. Like
yeah,
the car is going off. Kamala, whoa, Kam-
Kamala Harris, Kamara.
Amara is going off. Everybody on that offense is going off. Their defense is looking good.
Yeah,
What
their
is
defense is always good.
happening? Like generally, what has happened? They blown out the Panthers. They blown out the
Cowboys.
Cowboys. They're
To be
bringing
fair,
in their backups in the third quarter. Like it was insane. Like
yeah.
40 points each. Now I don't know who they face next week, but if they're scoring at like least 20, 30 in that game, they actually can be in consideration for playoff contenders. And if it keeps
No,
happening, it's
they could legit win the NFC South, which was
yeah,
preseason's favorite was the Atlanta
Buccaneer
Falcons.
Falcons, Buccaneers, not the Panthers. Um, but
The Saints were favored to have the like a
like a
7 win season.
third, yeah, 7 wins, not that good. But now they're going off. All right, so be
All right,
rejoiced of being a Saints fan for right now, guys.
next up we had the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, okay, Pittsburgh,
Defense, I mean, defense
good.
wins championships,
They're
man. Like,
good. Yay! The
yeah,
Steelers defense is good. Problem, their
the
offense
Steeler
scored one
offense is
touchdown.
ass.
Yeah, exactly, it's
Like,
ass.
like,
Listen,
their defense is doing just
it's
enough for the
good.
Steelers to
Yeah,
win. Like,
it's good.
like to be
Like,
fair, if once they start facing a good offense, oh no.
oh yeah, it's not gonna look good. There, no, like here's the thing. In the last two games that they've won, they've only scored one touchdown, and that's it. That is
I mean,
it.
they faced that
And
they faced two ass teams right now.
yeah,
Right,
that is not going to fly when you face the Ravens, the
the
Bengals,
Chiefs.
the Chiefs on Christmas. It's not going to look good at all. It's going to be a massacre. So they need to fix that right now. And having Arthur Smith as your OC, yeah, we gotta thank,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, thank you, Steelers. Thank you so much. All
All
right,
right. Next up, Salt.
Cincinnati. Okay, so Cincinnati, I have a love-hate relationship. We lost, yes. However, we outscored the Chiefs.
Outscored
Though,
Salt.
like,
If you outscored, if you outscored the Chiefs, you should have won that game,
not outscored,
and you did.
outplayed. We
Yeah, that's
outplayed the
true.
Chiefs.
Burrow outplayed Mahomes
Yeah,
because Mahomes looks.
that is the only reason why they're not falling right now. And they faced the Chiefs. Okay, outscored. That was my bad. I meant outplayed. Outplayed the Chiefs. Like
But
if you
the
look at the
Bengals had
stats.
some. But the Bengals in the late fourth quarter had some critical errors. The Chiefs had a strip sack for a touchdown.
Yep, yep,
Uh,
yep.
the Bengals made a dumb. Like, how? Why would you fall all your body force into a receiver when
Good
Mahomes is
question.
throwing?
Yeah, good question.
Like,
I mean, I get why the defense did it. They're trying. They feel the pressure. Everyone, Arrowhead getting loud. They're gonna make some mistake. And to all the Bengals fans saying that wasn't PI. No, that was PI. Don't
like
don't
it
bull.
was
Don't.
so
It's
obviously
PI.
PI.
Now was it? Now could it go either way? But it was PI. It was PI. But I would not have been surprised if it was not called. It's like one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a
That's why the
huge
refs have
debate.
been so bad this year. They've been so ticky tack. I've said it. I was very vocal about it during our streaming the Bears
Yep,
Texans game. Like
yep,
they were so ass, man.
yeah,
Like, they
yeah.
were
They
so ticky tacky, man.
no, and no wait, and here's a knock on Mahomes. Actually, no, we'll get to it when we get to the Chiefs. But I'm just saying the refs. They need to fix their bias towards the Chiefs. I'm just saying that right now.
No, the refs need to fix themselves all together. Like it's
Exactly.
not just a.
Like,
It's
yeah,
not.
the
It's
Chiefs, yeah,
not.
but everyone else, they need to fix it. Like, what the hell's going on with the refs?
Yeah. Like you just do. You just do this holding. I was like.
Yeah, like
You saw it. We saw it at Texans game. There was literally no. I didn't see a hold at all, and they called holding.
yeah, and then they straight up a Texas player just threw a punch, and then he get called for
I was saying,
unsportsmanlike
why? How
conduct.
was he still in the game? How was he
Yeah,
still in the
what?
game?
Yeah, so that's a clear difference. And we have to move on. Number 10, getting us out top 10, we have the Buccaneers. Baker is baking. Baker is baking. I don't know
Baking.
what is Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield. The story. This is gonna be made into a movie. All right. Baker Mayfield, the first overall pick, gets abandoned by the Browns for an SAer. Gets sent to the Panthers. Gets cut. Gets sent to the
Falls off.
Rams. Yeah, that falls
Struggles.
off. Completely falls off. Gets sent to the
Gets traded
Buccaneers.
to the Rams.
Yeah,
Has
gets traded
two
to the
good games.
Rams. Yep.
Has two good games enough, which is enough to have him sign with the Bucks, and then he goes off with the Bucks.
Goes
Career
off.
year last year,
Wins
and now
wins the
he's
playoff. Win the playoff
let's
game.
be fair. Let's be fair. The Bucks and the Alliance had one of the big, most middest games ever last week.
True. Yeah,
Like,
true. True.
but
Yep. But
the
the
unlike the divisional round last year, the Bucks won.
yes, the Buccaneers won. And let's see if they continue that streak going into next week.
All
Uh,
right. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions.
Lions. Okay. Listen, they're not that bad. Aiden Hutchinson had a career game.
Oh my God!
5 sacks.
No, I didn't. I think it was 4.5 sacks.
Four and a
Like he
half
was
sacks,
one
yeah.
sack. He was a sack off. That's what she
Yeah.
said. He was a sack away from winning, from tying the Detroit Lions single season record, which is crazy.
Insane. He
Like I
made
think that record was set back in like the '60s too. So that is
yeah.
crazy.
And yeah, he may run off with the defensive player of the year
I mean, there's
award.
still T.J. Watt.
There's
There's
still
still
TJ
T.J.
Watt.
Watt.
However, if Hutchinson is having 2 to 4 sacks a game,
Yeah. To be
forget about it.
like if you are like every year, the you gotta make sure that you gotta cover Hutchinson. Like you gotta double him.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
everyone, but that Bucks defensive line didn't do shit.
Mhm.
And you know what's funny? The
What?
Lions, the Lions offense couldn't capitalize it. Like Aiden Hutchinson was carrying the whole damn team at that
Yep.
point. Like Golf
Yeah.
had a pick six. Golf had an interception. Golf gets
Yeah.
sacked. Golf
Yeah.
over. Like it was a bad performance by Golf.
It was back. Yeah, but it was just a slow day probably for Goff. Like it was
Yeah.
against the Buccaneers. All right, next up we have the Baltimore. What the hell is happening in Baltimore?
I mean, they
What is
played the Chiefs,
happening?
and then they played the Chiefs, and they fell off the Raiders. There
Yeah.
is a legitimate chance they start 0-5, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But
No, they're not
but
they're not
they
losing
won't.
against the Bengals.
They
They're not losing
won't.
against the Bengals, but
They won't.
they won't.
But
They won't.
but
However, what like their O-line's garbage. Their O-line's garbage. You see Lamar Jackson scrambling and trying to throw the ball while fucking
having Mad Max go.
Matt exactly. Yeah, Max Crosby just coming in there, just completely kicking ass. And it's just and you have their defense who's obviously missing McDonald. It's bad. It's a terrible situation in Baltimore. Hopefully they can get the dub next week, but like, mm-mm.
As a Bengals fan, you don't want them to win.
Oh hell no, I don't want them. I don't want them to win. They're gonna win against
but
us. I don't want them to win.
there's another team people don't want to win. Next, and it's our number 17, the Dallas
The
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Oh, you still them boys. So number
The
6
funny
we
thing is
have.
they play the Ravens next this week. That's
Yeah, that's gonna be
if
a
they start
mess
0
for.
1 and 2, legitimately a 1 and 2 start may still get McCarthy fired. Like everyone wants, like McCarthy's ass is on fire right now.
Oh yeah, by far. If they lose against the Ravens, honestly, I don't know why do they choose to put Falcons Chiefs on Monday Night Football? Why do I have Cowboys Ravens?
Sunday night.
Sunday Night Football, my bad. Sunday Night Football. Why do I have Cowboys Chiefs? No,
Cowboys
the
Chiefs. What the
Cowboys
fuck?
Ravens. Cowboys Ravens. Well, I am having a stroke. All right, Cowboys Ravens. That's perfect primetime game right there. Does Lamar go 0-3? Do the Cowboys get embarrassed? We don't know.
Well, I would favor the Ravens
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
because
yeah,
you saw what happened last week with the Cowboys against the
yep,
Saints. No.
yeah. All
All
right,
right. Next up,
Philadelphia.
I mean,
Wow.
Philadelphia is clearly in the East right now. Uh,
Yeah,
that was a brutal drop by Saquon. If he catches that, the Eagles probably win the game. But I
yeah,
still have. I think the Eagles, even though their fan base is terrible, well, most of it is.
yeah,
Uh, they are good. But if they like, it's not looking good for that. Like, they gotta take advantage of what's going on with Dallas. Like,
yeah,
if like they need to take advantage of that.
yeah. All right. Next up, we have Green Bay, we, which they're going up by 5, but it's not because they're really good. No, it's just that they won. They won, and they're winning with Malik Neighbors. That in itself,
Malik Neighbors is a wide receiver for the Giants. It's Malik Willis.
I am having a
And their
stroke
salt.
today. What is happening
And
with
their
me?
salt.
What is happening with me today? I said Malik Neighbors. I meant Malik Willis. I am
All right.
actually having a stroke.
Editor Salt, you need to edit that out. All right. So let's
Mhm.
start that over. Green Bay, number 5.
Green Bay number 5. Okay, Malik Willis. He somehow won a game with the Packers. That's pretty cool.
I mean,
Now,
Josh Jacobs in the run game didn't work, but
mhm,
a win is a win,
a win's a
and
win.
their defense went off. So,
Yeah, and the reason that they're going up by 5 is not because like, oh, they're really good. No, it's because Malik Willis. They somehow won a game with Malik Willis. That in itself is enough to put him
well,
at five.
the reason, the honest reason why they went up 5 is the other teams in the top 10
Yeah,
uh
they just
lost. I
they just
like
don't.
almost all the
Yeah,
other teams in the top lost. So
yeah.
they just got lucky here.
All right, next up we have the Buffalo
Buffalo.
Bills. They won against a very struggling Dolphin squad.
Yeah.
And they
Everyone was saying the Bills probably won't win the East. The Bills gonna struggle. Why would
well,
why do we always underestimate Josh Allen? Like,
same yeah, like Burrow and Allen are like the most disrespected court. Like I swear to God, they are.
Lamar is disrespected too.
Oh no, he's not. Nuh-uh.
He just gets called running back.
He gets
Lamar can
called
throw.
running back a lot, but like when he won the MVP, he was like, "Oh yeah, we can respect him now." Allen, Burrow, they're playing at his level, and they're like, "Well, no, I don't think they're gonna be that good this year. I don't know about it. Blah
I
blah
mean,
blah 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 blah."
but Josh Allen is winning games with Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, and fucking uh
Full
the
commit.
other not Cole Kmet. He's on the Bear. He's
I not
he
Cole.
he he
I need to stop
basically
talking. I need
yeah. Editor Salt, you
Keon
need to get this
Coleman.
one out.
Keon
Keon
Coleman
Coleman.
is the
Yeah,
guy we're talking about.
and we need, but his only constants are his two tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. Like, and he still somehow is winning games because
Yep.
James Cook can run football like his brother, and Josh Allen is Josh Allen.
Yep. 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 All right. Next up in our top 3, we have Houston going up by 1. Houston getting uh, a a dub against the Bears. Good for you.
I
Um,
mean, Houston is very good, but
they're
they're
good.
still not good as some of these other teams are.
Yeah. Stroud looks okay. New
Travel,
call.
excuse you?
Stroud was okay. Collins was amazing. Yeah, that sums it up. Next
Yeah,
up, we have the 49ers. Now, the reason they did not drop is because I don't think that the Texans are better than the 49ers. They
yeah,
always struggle against the Vikings. They'll bounce back next week,
yeah. The
but
Niners always find starts off slow and then ends
yeah,
up winning like 10 in a row, winning the
exactly.
West again, and somehow going all
Yeah.
the way to the NFC.
Yep.
Like they made the last three NFC Championship games.
Yeah.
Like what? They can
No need to
struggle.
worry. No need to worry.
Yeah.
No need to
Don't
worry.
worry, Niners fans. You guys will be
And then number
fine.
one, we obviously have the Chiefs. So the Chiefs, I'm gonna say this right now. The Mahomes, in theory, threw 4 picks. Not bad, my bad. They had 4 turnovers. One of them got called back from a penalty. One of them was a fumble. And
Hmm.
then he threw 2
And
picks. 2 picks, yep. One of them was a straight up OBJ catch by Cam Taylor-Britt, which is like, but the the Mahomes, he was good. Man, I actually know he wasn't that good. That he had a pretty low game actually. If
yeah,
you really think about
he's
it,
starting off very slow, but
starting off slow. But like here's the thing, the Chiefs typically don't start off slow. They typically are pretty even throughout the year. They don't really start off slow.
I
Typically in
mean,
the
they started off slow in 21,
they
and they made it
did
to the AFC Championship game.
AFC championship game. But it's just yeah, they mm, eh. I mean GG's, but like we said before, until the Chiefs until the Chiefs lose, this thing at number one out of power rankings.
Yeah. So we had
Um,
a lot of searching around and all this shit because we have no idea what the fuck is going on this season.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. Next week, hopefully, we have an idea of what the hell's going on.
yep. Hopefully, we can see some more. Hopefully, this next week is entertaining. Like this week we had some bangers. Like having Burrow versus Mahomes in week 2. I don't know what they were thinking, but it worked. It was entertaining. I will say that.
Yeah,
It.
it was.
I wish next week there'd be more. There'll be some upsets. We see some teams succeed. See some teams fail. Chiefs and yeah, let's see what happens. That'll be the end of this power rankings video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna try to get up tomorrow, the 18th of September, and yeah, we will see you guys next time on Friday. Bye
Peace out.
bye.